Hey guys, Brewzor here. We're back on SquareOne server, and yeah, you can kind of notice I got something stuck on my head. We did a little excursion into the end, and killed some dragons, and died a few times, as we can probably see. Oh, let's see, this one. Yeah, we're up to 19 deaths now. A couple of those, well, a few of those were in the end. One was actually in the void, and so all this stuff we have here, we pretty much had to start over again. All of our good things that we have here. Anyway, so we got this. We got our shulker boxes now, and we've gotten some progress done on the base here since the last time. We can probably take a quick tour around and see what's going on here. What's gone on? So let's see. Back here, let's start back here. Back here, you notice, yeah, villager breeder is out in the water. Well, what was happening is I broke the breeder somehow. The villagers I had in there were no longer, having that love and feeling, and so I was getting no more babies. And so what I think was going on with that is that somehow the doors of my farms here were interfering with something with the breeder, along with having all of our villagers in here, and it just stopped. So I started removing doors, replacing doors, and trying to see what was going on, and finally I just decided that maybe we'll just move it, because I'm going to build the rest of the farms here, and they're going to have doors on them because that's part of the design. I suppose I could leave them off, but what's a house without a door for your farmers? So this is going to be the extent of the wooden doors for this area, with villagers that can create a village, and it's going to just go back that way. So what I figured, if we put this out here far enough to avoid any other possible linking of villages, we should be safe. And so this guy up here, our little villager sitting up there with his doors making up this breeder, is going to, I believe he's about 75 blocks or so away from any potential doors that will be along this line here. So we should be safe as far as that goes. What else have we taken care of? Yeah, as you can see, we've gotten quite a full haul lately of villagers. Mostly we're looking at our librarians and extra farmers. I'm kind of keeping a hold of these guys. I know they don't have to be farmers, but I'm going to rename them anyway. So, but just for trades that we have with some of our potato, or not potato, we don't have potatoes yet. What am I thinking? We have melons and pumpkins and wheat and paper for our librarians. We got a stray butcher here. I'm sure that's what we'll be taking care of him here shortly. But as you can see, we got our mending books. We got a couple really good villagers, some silk touch, and what I had, I think if you guys recall, I did have a looting librarian at one time. Well, we had a mishap in here to where this got all gummed up, ended up breaking a rail, so I had to come back in here and clean it out, and I didn't save the villagers, and it was a mess. So anyway, now this thing is all pretty much set to where we shouldn't have any more problems with it. We can take a run over here and see what we've done up here. As you can see, we got a little more work done on the house here since last time. What I've kind of figured out doing, this is going to be the extent of the front of the house here. We're going to take and make this is going to be it, and then we're going to go ahead and build it back towards the hills. So I haven't really defined what room is going to go where. I think a lot of this up here is going to be pretty much just decorative. Maybe have a couple functional rooms in here. Like over here, we put our enchanting setup in this room, and I think it turned out pretty nice. Along with some of these reverse shulker boxes into the walls. I really like the way that works by putting the bottoms out, so it opens into the wall I think it's a really kind of a cool effect. We put all of our enchanting books from the previous fishing farm and just whatever we've enchanted along the way, just because we had levels in here, and then a couple anvils for enchanting your, or using books on things and combining stuff. So as you probably saw walking, when we're walking across the front of this thing, there's no entrance. I kind of got this thing to where I really like the look of it, and then it's like, well, how you don't have a door, Brew? How are you going to get out to the beach? Yeah, that's kind of a I don't know, a nuance of this house, is that I think I'm going to put the patio doors along the side here and then pathways out to the beach. I just don't know where to fit a door in here yet. I mean, I could pop it maybe in one of these little side walls here, take out the windows, and make this like a solid wall with a door out there, and that's still a possibility. I still might be able to do that. But for the time being, we'll put a little side door over here to where we can get in and out easily to the bottom. And then up here, what we're doing is we're going to take and make this floor level with the ground out here. So this will be basically the bottom floor. Excuse me, that was kind of gross, drinking coffee. So we'll have to do some terraforming up here to get the front of the house here, and this is kind of the dilemma I'm running into. Do I want to leave this as the floor, or maybe this is the second floor here, is what I'm kind of leaning towards, where this would be a second floor, and then we can actually put a floor on top of this to where we don't have to tear down so much of this, and we can put the front of the building here with that, this other floor on top of here being the ground floor, I guess, at the front of the building. And then as you go in, you get the the second floor, and then even the bottom floor here to where it leads out to the beach. So I'm thinking, all in all, this might be a 3-level build. And then back underneath here, we're not gonna make all 3 levels here. This will stop. This floor here is going to be this floor. There's not going to be another floor down here. What we might do is dig back inside here and put storage rooms and kind of stuff in caverns, I guess. So it's not really going to be like decorative, part of the house type room. That doesn't even sound, logical, I guess, because it's still part of the house. But I guess what I'm saying, it's not going to be, like the flow of the room. It'll be a door or an access area that goes into somewhere else. So yeah, a lot of ideas running through my head, and as you probably know by now, the words are hard sometimes for me. So anyway, what I think we're going to do is for this one, we want to come back over, and I want to get this thing finished. This is going to be our Barnaby's organic beet farm, and it'll be Barnaby and some helper yet to be named. We'll have a farm in this area that just grows our beets, and it's going to be the same setup as we've done with the wheat farm. That same thing. We'll have the hoppers on the side that feed down in here, and once we harvest, it'll spit the seeds back up to the farmer, and then we'll just send all of our beets up into a big silo like this one here, and then we'll have like a pathway, and then you can access the harvest through our little shop door here, our little farmer's market door. So we're going to do that on the other side, and I think that's what the plan is for this episode. Anyway, I'm going to get started building, and we will pop back in. Maybe once I get something established here, we'll do a little time-lapse musical thing.
watching the scene from above. Reflects on her face. It seems to be asking what might have been, if only the words could come out from within. The moon disappears for the day.
Okay, we're back, and we finally got this thing dug out to kind of the dimensions we need for the other side. Well, same dimensions as the other farm, so we can fit everything in here. We've got some of these dug out here. These are going to be some item elevators that lead up to well, here for the seeds to go back to our farmers, and then the big one here to actually go up into our silo. What I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and go do here, since it's raining, let me see, do we have all our stuff? Yeah, let's go put some chests and stuff in and talk about how this thing is going to look. So we're going to stack, I think I've got enough for, I think we're doing 13 double chests in here. So let's go ahead and lay these out, and I guess we can talk a little bit about About Minecraft, I got started doing this. My son actually got me involved in this about 3 years ago now. And at first it was just playing kind of on a, just a, not really a server, just kind of his own, a friend's server, just to a direct connect to somebody else's computer, I guess, to do it. And from there, after my son decided that he was too cool to play with me anymore and went off to other things, I kind of stuck around and kept playing with it because I really enjoyed the whole building aspect of this. I'm an engineer in real life, so I guess the building and creating things is kind of a deal for me. So that's how I really got involved in this, and then started looking wanting to play with other people because being on your own single player world, it gets a little boring after a while. That you really don't have anybody else to communicate with and talk to, and I guess deal with on a daily basis. And just learning to see other people's builds and get other ideas, and instead of just sitting and watching YouTube videos all day. So that's when I started looking at Reddit posts for whitelisted Minecraft servers, and ran across Swego. Swego Faults was the first one that got me invited, and met a bunch of my friends here on this server from there. And when that place shut down, I kind of went back into a purgatory of Minecraft, I guess you could say, to where it was back to single player and maybe doing some creative stuff and kind of just dinking dorking around once in a while with Minecraft, until I got a call or an email out of the blue from Toadie that tracked me down somehow. I think she's been just lurking, kind of got a stalkerish type thing. But anyway, just saying, hey, we're starting a new server, her and Outdoor Jeff, and I think Astro and Astrobeam and Vendetta. Ven was going to get together this server and got me back involved. So that's where we were for the first season of I guess the Squares. Is that there were a few of us. I can't remember exactly. Maybe there was 20 of us on the server, I would think, that were pretty dedicated. That kind of just hung out and got to know each other. And so when this one, where did you come from? I'm like, oh boy, look at this. I made a mob farm. That skeleton just walked right by me. Did you see that? He wasn't worried about me at all. Boy. That was different. I think I better go get some torches over here so we don't come down here and get surprised again. But anyway, back to the SquareOne folks here. They were kind enough to put up with my moods, and because being an older guy, and I'm an older guy, I'm not gonna hide that fact. Oh, see, now this is the problem I was talking about with this farm here. See, we're gonna get these guys spawning up top there, and they're gonna want to come and visit our farmer. So we'll have to fix that as well. We'll just do this. So anyway, that's a little bit about that. So what we're going to do so kind of run out of things to say most of the time about myself. I'm not real good at talking about myself, and not real good with words all the time. So what I think we're going to do is we're just going to sit here and concentrate on building this part of the farm, do the redstone for this farm here. I'm just kind of trying to get the layout of which way this stuff is supposed to go. So I got that facing that part of the property, and that one facing to that. So they actually face to where they're coming from. So let me get back in here and get these taken care of. So actually I did this one wrong, because these need to be, I think, there. And we take this out, and we'll put our dropper down. Didn't bring any droppers. I am not prepared. So let's see. Let's go out here and get to our redstone box. I did a little preparation off camera here. Boy, nighttime, Nighttime at Brew's house. He's always getting visitors. So I put together our little box of goodies here. In fact, let's just take this down there so we don't have to run back out here all the time. That would just be just as easy. Throw it over here in the corner. Probably should eat some food too while we're at it. But where was I? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get these elevators set up. So we can get the layout of where things need to go. Let me see, is that right? That's right, that's right. This goes this way. Because we have to pipeline all of our hoppers in a pretty specific way, so they're not powered in any particular times, and you'll see a lot of this stuff kind of runs at different levels. So you got hoppers running way down below under here, and these are a little closer to the surface. That all come from our sorting system. So you'll have this one line of hoppers which has our seeds in it, just run straight across, and then while our actually harvested items go down a little further, and I believe they run, I'm thinking they run along here, I want to say. So below where that redstone is, the next one down I think is our hopper line that runs over to here into that, and then it's the same thing over on this side. I believe it runs below here and then it hooks up underneath here somewhere. So I want to get those lines in first. I want to get all this stuff done here because a lot of this is underground, and that way I don't have to hassle with digging up through all this stuff and all the redstone to where the redstone gets in the way, and you're just putting it down and then taking it up and putting it down again. So let's see. Let's go back and get our droppers done. Oh, yeah, that's Wienerhead, or actually Penny. She's the loudmouth dachshund that my wife wanted. Yeah. So let me go ahead and keep building, and I will take care of her, and we'll come back as soon as we get these elevators done. All right, quick update. We've got the sorters in, and we've also gotten the elevators working. We've gone and tested everything in here. We've gone ahead and primed our sorting system for the beets and the seeds. So we should be good to go to start putting some redstone in here. Go back over and take a look at the layout on the other side. See what we see. So I guess we go ahead. I think we're going to go ahead and start with this daylight sensor here. That well, it's bringing the signal all the way down and actually incrementing our calendar, I guess, for lack of a better term. So I think this is what we're going to go ahead and work on first. So I can go ahead and explain this out. What I have is, at the top of each of the silos, there's a daylight sensor that actually is, hooked to a piece of dust on a block that triggers a torch. Well, that torch change triggers our observers to send us a signal down here. And since it's such a short signal, what I did is I put this as a pulse lengthening contraption, or pulse extender, I guess, if you want to be technical about it, that takes and extends this pulse out so it's not so quick that it pushes this sticky piston up, and if it's too fast it'll push it up and leave the block up and retract fast. So that's why we extend that. And then what happens here is it puts a signal out here that triggers these chain of droppers that has an item in here, this button, and that button gets pushed each time back to the beginning one here. This is the harvest day dropper, I guess. So once that button hits back here, you get the output here that initiates all of the everything else. This is the timer for the water, to turn on the water and turn off the water. So it activates all of our dispensers for our water buckets for the water flow to harvest everything, and at the same time this day counter will go ahead and trigger back around this backside here and send a signal up to open up the gates for the farmers so they can get out. So as long as it's in the harvest day or harvest, you know, on the calendar, this will stay on, and so the gates will stay open until, you know, you get the next day cycle that, you know, pushes it back out. It'll push it up into the hoppers back into this fifth day, I guess, where it starts the countdown again. So then it will lock those gates and lock the farmers in. And so I guess right now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get this part done, because I can run the glass elevator up as well as get all of my chests and hoppers in place. So I think I can kill 2.5 birds with one stone, I guess is what this would be. So I'm going to go do that and be right back. Hey guys, we're back, and as you can see, not much got done. We got a few hoppers here. What happened was we need hoppers for everything, right? For the chests in our silo, and for all of these I guess harvested item chains to get things into our sorter. And what happened is, you know, we do have there is a community iron farm. Well, we've got a lot of squares on the server this season, and that community iron farm just can't keep up with the demands of everybody. You know, we've got quite a few people working on their beacons and stuff now, and you know, so everybody knows that takes a lot of iron, and with just a simple villager, you know, iron farm, it just can't keep up. So what we had to do is, I guess, bite the bullet and make one of our own. So that's what we've done. Is gone over here. Oh yeah, these guys showed up. Yeah, we have some. Here, let's go. We'll just ride over to the farm here, since we have this guy. Oh, really? You can't get through trees. Oh man, you would think, you know, skeleton horses would have special powers, but nope, these guys are just as worthless as the other horses. So anyway, what we did is we built this. It's a pretty straightforward farm, and what I liked about this one is you can build it at ground level. You don't have to build it up in the air, and you don't have to have, you know, then you're pipelining, you know, villagers up in the air and everything else, and it's just a pain in the butt. So this version of a mob farm was really nice, because you could put it on the ground level, and you don't have, you know, it's just a lot easier to deal with. The only problem is you get visitors like this. They really like to come and visit your villagers that you have in here, but they're pretty safe. I still got to get this covered up on top here, because, you know, all it takes is one random lightning strike, right? And then your whole thing is broken. It looks like we got a little zombie apocalypse here. Clear these guys out. But anyway, yeah, so we built one of these, and it's not bad. The spawning floor on these is 18 by 18. So I think that might be the difference. And then plus, you know, with your villagers and everything else, is it keeps them, you know, the golems, you know, well within inside the farm. So anyway, we've been able to get some iron out of that. We've gotten a few stacks to build that stack of hoppers that we needed to run from the sides of the farm there back to the main sorter. So it just used a lot of hoppers, and then we needed more still. So yeah, we AFK'd here for about a day, and got about well, it wasn't a full day. Yeah, you see, it's a pretty slow process on this iron farm, but it's ours, and now we have a dedicated source for iron, so we can get what we want when we need it, as long as nobody else finds it. Anyway, we got this done. We showed this, and we did, you know, since we were waiting on iron and everything else over back at the iron farm, we decided to come over here and work on this a little bit, and we did decide to go up another floor on this. So we're going to build a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of something else probably, but that's going to be happening and it's going to have to wait for our next episode. I think we pretty much run out of time for this between me talking too much and not getting a lot built, and then having to go build new things because we didn't have enough stuff. So anyway, so back of my head. Here's the front of my head. Let's call it a day for this one, and I guess we'll see what we can get done redstone-y wise on the next episode. We'll definitely get that other farm done over there, and I guess we'll get started on maybe another one after that, because I'd really like to get all 4 of these done. Have our 4 towers over here, you know, back in the woods there, so we can have all of our farms taken care of, and then we should be good. Then we should be set to do whatever we need to do from there on. But anyway, guys, I am out, and I will talk to you later.